What is up, everybody? You know, I always start this show off by showing love to those companies that help make this podcast possible. Something's popping on my screen. Go away, bitch. All right. Anyway, guys, first and foremost, I want to talk about my friends over at Company Cam. Guys, I told you Company Cam does so many things that I wasn't even explaining properly. Was able to learn more about them at AHR, being able to go through some stuff. And it's absolutely amazing, man. A lot of us, we love to fix stuff as technicians, but the whole writing the invoice and the note part is kind of a big old pain in the ass. Well, Company Cam, the fact that I've told you for years, it integrates with every CRM that's on the market. Well, now they have AI tools. It's going to do the best pictures and videos that you can possibly imagine. You already know this. It's going to geotag. It's going to be able to tell exactly who took it, where they were standing, timestamp it, all that kind of stuff. Everybody's going to be able to see it, communicate between your team. All those pictures are going to go into Service Titan, House Call Pro, whatever you're using. But listen to this. You can go to a job and be taking pictures and talking, saying, hey, we're gonna have to replace this disconnect. We're gonna have to put a new whip on it. We got to change this copper line. It's 3/8, 3/4. It's gonna have to be 3/8, 7/8 for the new one. It's got to go here, and you can talk out the job. And Company Cam's AI tool is going to build custom notes for you. Say that again. All you're gonna do is just talk out loud, which I do anyway. Maybe I'm weird, whatever. I'm gonna talk out loud. Company Cam is going to take what you're saying and build you custom notes for you, put it together so it's legible, it makes sense, it's professional. All you have to do is copy and paste that, put that right into your CRM, and bam, all of your notes are done for you, making your job easier. Guys, Company Cam is one of the biggest value adds for any company in the trades that's out there. I promise you that. Company Cam is a service that I've used in every business that I've owned or managed since I've been in HVAC. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. It's got uses for all different kind of things. I think a lot of people that have had issues are just not using it to some of its potential. If you have any questions, please email me. I promise you I can make this work for you. I absolutely love Company Cam. Anybody out there who is looking to check it out, man, go to companycam forward slash HVAC or companycam.com forward slash HVAC Uncensored. They're going to give you a free 14-day trial. Check it out. See if you like it. No harm, no foul. If you do like it, they're going to give you 50% off your first 2 months for being a part of HVAC Uncensored Nation. So, link's going to be in the description in the show notes. Go check it out if you like it, and they're going to know that I sent you. All right. With that being said, next, guys, my friends over at Yellow Jacket. It's actually not 75 years. It's like 78 now. Guys, a bunch of things about at AHR that we learned from my friends over at Yellow Jacket. Had an amazing time hanging out with them and my buddy Scott in here, Mr. HVAC Rookie. One of the biggest things I want everybody to know, especially to all of you service managers, field managers, whatever you want to call yourself. One of the biggest things when your technicians call you and they have trouble, they're trying to diagnose the refrigeration circuit and trying to get information from them is like pulling teeth. Doesn't make sense. I get it. You're there to help them, but getting the right suction pressure, temperature, all that kind of stuff can be like pulling teeth trying to get it from them. Well, now Yellow Jacket has updated their app. They have a merchandise store, all kinds of stuff. But the biggest thing is going to be remote viewing. I know that's not new technology, but it's absolutely free. Your technician, if you're using any of the Titan manifolds, anything that connects to the YJ View app, they can send you a code and you can see exactly what your technicians are seeing out in the field. So if they have everything hooked up, pressure, temperature, the psychrometrics, the air side, static pressure, all that stuff, vacuum, leak checking, whatever it is, if they have all that stuff hooked up to the app, you are going to be able to see exactly what they're seeing in real time. You're going to be able to provide better support to your technicians that need it. Guys, it's absolutely amazing. Remember what I said, that is 100% free. It costs you nothing. So I was super pumped about that. It makes me even more so want to get more Yellow Jacket gauges and manifolds for all of my technicians. I love that field support side. but to know that they now offer that and it's 100% free is absolutely amazing. I know some other people do it, but you have to pay for it per report, all this other kind of stuff. Yellow Jacket, it's 100% free. You can put your customer information in there. You can build a report. You can send it, and it costs you nothing. All right. So, guys, I always tell you, I'm never going to tell you where to spend your money, but if you're looking to upgrade some of those manifolds, some of those HVACR tools, go check out my friends over at Yellow Jacket. Check them out at your local supply house. I always say to shop local. If not, you can go check them out at my friends over at True Tech Tools using the discount code Uncensored to save 6% on your order. With that being said, man, let's get on with the pledge. Let's get on with the show. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless the United States, and thank you to all those men and women who defend it.
Welcome to the #1 rated HVAC podcast. If you're looking to grow in the HVAC industry, then you're in the right spot. Blue collar people talking about blue collar shit. Let's get better together. So turn up the volume, buckle your seatbelt, and let's welcome your host, Gil KV Jr.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the HVAC Uncensored Podcast. I'm your host, Gil KV Jr. Here we are, another Wednesday, another hump day, and another amazing show for you. Got an amazing guest tonight. Super excited to have my buddy on. Real fast, just a shout out to everybody that's in here. Let's see. We got my man, Mr. J. What is up, my brother? So wishing that you were in at AHR, my man. Nasty, what is up, brother? It was good to see you. Mr. Scotty. What is up? What is up? Let's see. I saw some people in here. Mechanical Environments. What is up? What is up? Mr. Rudy just worked. What is up, brother? Freon Leon. What is up, my man? Sure I'm not missing anyone. Mr. Sammy. What is up, Sammy? Jared. What is up, brother? Obviously, our guest is in here. Mr. Everett. Make sure I'm not. I don't know why I feel like I'm missing someone. If I am, I apologize. But yes. Hold on, man. I gotta blow my nose or I'm gonna lose my mind. Probably not the most professional thing to do, but you guys can all kiss my whole ass. I don't really care. Um anyway, man, we're gonna get right into this, man. I am going to bring on my buddy. You guys have know he's been on the show several times. I've been on his show several times. One of my I love this dude. He's a great friend of mine. Um, and this is what I talk about when I say that you can build relationships through this trade and through this podcast, man. If it wasn't for HVAC Uncensored and going to different events, I never would have been able to meet him. I never would have been able to call him a friend. So I love AHR. I love all that kind of stuff, but I 100% go there for for like networking and talking to my friends, man. That's what I love. And all the other stuff is just kind of bonus for me. So with that being said, man, I'd like to introduce my good friend, AKA he's the host of So I Was in This House, Mr. Everett Lippell. What's up? I can't hear you again now.
Yo,
There you are.
yeah, you can hear me just fine, dude.
What's up, homie?
I'm about to get a little bit teared up, homie. Like the way that you just, I mean, man, quite an intro. Yeah, no, I love you too, man. I appreciate you, dude. I love, you're right too. The events are great, but like really all of the cool stuff and then the connections and the great conversations all happen like, at the piano bar or whatever, like outside. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hanging out with people like, some of my best friends in the world are because of this podcast, man. People that I talk to that don't live in my state. And it's I mean, there's you, there's Scott, there's Tersh, there's Craig Migliaccio. Like, it's funny, people see Craig as the AC service guy. Like, I talk to Craig all the time. You know what I mean? It's awesome. So, I mean, I have Jay in here. I have a bunch of people. I can sit here and go on, man. It's just, yeah, I love that shit.
Nasty HVACR just said, "Hey, it's the guy from the Magic Mike show in Vegas."
Nasty's
um,
funny.
Yo, on the company cam stuff, by the way, I got this company cam bottle, this really cool water bottle, which was, oh, there it is. And you know what? I know they're your sponsor, dude. I love their app. Like, I love it. Like, I've used it in the field, and it's awesome. Like, it is really a freaking amazing tool. I just, for project management, for keeping everything organized, like, it's really, really cool. I love it.
Yeah, you can't beat it, man. And everybody who knows me, like, I turn down more money sponsor wise than I ever take. I try to only do apps that I use. I've used Company Cam for the last 3 companies, you know what I mean? So I actually use it. It's not something that I just talk about, but they keep adding new things. To be honest, I don't even know about all of them sometimes. And the AI tool that I mentioned in the sponsor read is fucking amazing, dude. Like, most of us, we want to do the work. We don't want to take notes. That's the bullshit part of it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to fill an invoice out and stuff like that. So that AI thing is actually pretty sweet. I'm trying to figure out what the hell I was clicking here for a
Yo,
second, but
just work HVAC. Yeah, I saw him in the airport. That was cool as hell, man.
what I just typed
Glad
here.
you're fighting the good fight here, man. Oh, look at me. I'm all over the place.
Yeah,
Glad
hold
you're
on.
fighting the good fight, man. Good to see you, man. Fellow Dallasonian.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, that beard is real, bro. That
Oh
beard is
yeah,
that
that
beard is
beard's the
real.
truth, man.
Well, I was actually talking about just work HVAC, but yeah, yours is cool too, bro.
Oh no, not mine. Oh, I was talking about Nasty. Nasty's beard is even. Um, you're sitting there like when I'm podcasting, he's sitting in there, and I see his beard is just like he's pulling like full beers out of it and shit. I'm like, oh man, got another one in there.
Mm.
It's funny. I heard Jay. I think it was Jay said that Scott steers Gil around at AHR. He does. If it wasn't for Scott, I wouldn't make it to half of the stuff I'm supposed to be at. He 100% gets me to everything.
Yeah. Oh, that was cool. Actually, that was my favorite part of the whole show was like impromptu was like, hey, let's get up on stage. You had the spot. I didn't have the spot. I wasn't cool enough to have the spot. But HVAC Uncensored had the spot. And I was really honored, man. Thank you for allowing me to be your guest, bro. And here, okay, so for any and I gotta glaze you a little bit, man, because like I think people know who you are, right? But it was fucking cool as shit to sit down, okay, like, and not for nothing, a lot of these podcasts, some of them like were like crickets, some of them were like good. We started riffing like it was standing room only. People were just stopping and sitting down, and it was like fire. And then all of a sudden, we just go off on every tangent, bro. Permits. We're talking about permits. We're talking about all sorts of bullshit on stage, and I think it really like resonated with a lot of people, man.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I can say every podcast that I was involved in had a huge crowd. That one, ours was definitely the biggest. My second one was actually pretty good. The one I did with Yellow Jacket, surprisingly. And then I did the one with Evan, who it's Let's Vent podcast now.
Oh, yeah. He
Yeah,
he just he just rolled it out. Yeah.
yeah, we had he asked me to be a guest on his, and we had a shitload of people. So, and then people coming up and asking questions that you could tell they're not like in the trade. The guy's like some like rep for somebody with like his like press shirt and stuff. Came up and shook my hand. He was like, "Man, that was an amazing story because I'm going through some shit too." And I was like, "My man, appreciate it, bro."
Yeah. The audience participation part was pretty cool, right? Like just people getting up on the mic and
Yeah.
sharing. Mego Max in there. Look at that. Mego Max, she was on my podcast last night. That was an awesome episode. My favorite part about that was she talked about hoarding and how she used to be like a hoarder clean out specialist. And so that was a good portion of it.
Mago, didn't you win a Tactical Award this year?
She did.
Yes.
She did.
Congratulations, girl. Congratulations.
She did. She's talented, man.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
That sucks, man. I gotta address this. So I missed the tactical awards this year, and it breaks my fucking heart because obviously you guys all know that Ben Pohl, that's another one, is one of my best friends in the world. I love that man to death, regardless of what he does with HVAC tactical and that. So, long story short, me and Scott picks me up from the airport. I get an email saying your reservation's been canceled. I'm like, what the fuck? Call them and they're like, "Oh, it says your deposit was never paid." I'm like, "No, my deposit was paid." "Oh, well, I don't know. You have to call this number through AHR." I call that number. "Sorry, we're not open today, blah blah blah." So then I call the hotel back. "Oh, well, sorry, nothing I can do for you, but I can book you another room that's going to cost twice as much as you were going to pay." At first, I was going to do it. And then Scott was like, "Nah, fuck that, dude. We'll find something." And thank God we did. We found a better hotel at the last minute. Then we finally get into the hotel room. I'm like, all right, cool. Got the tactical awards going on tonight. I never bought tickets. I was like, are you kidding me? Um, and I know Ben is so busy the day of because I'm such good friends with him. I know all the work that goes in. Well, I know a fraction of the work that goes into making that day possible. So I felt horrible messaging him saying, "Hey man, I forgot to buy tickets. Can you let me in?" In hindsight, I wish I would have because Ben pulled me aside and was like, "Bro, you're my brother. I love you. Like, you mean more to me than all of this shit. Like, next time, call me and I'll get you into the event." So, in hindsight, I wish we would have went, but yeah, that sucks. This is the first I've been to every single one since they started. First one I missed, so that sucks.
Yeah. It was the best one, by the way. It was the best. No, I
You
was just
fucking
trying
dick.
to, yeah, rub it in there.
I heard a bunch of people that would like bought tickets didn't come. I feel bad, man, because that's I know, like I said, I know the work that goes in to make that show
Yeah,
possible.
and it's not like it's not like any of the tickets were cheap, right? I mean, it was like $200 or whatever it was to go. So it's like, but there were also companies that bought like seats and whatnot, and so I was like fortunate enough, like I happened to be at the table with my one of my sponsors, which was just awesome. They were so cool, and they were like, "Dude, we got an extra ticket." It was pretty cool. So and yeah, so yeah, I mean, dude, like AHR, I'm like, sometimes it's overwhelming. And somebody said it in the chat here. It's like just so overwhelming. It's just so big, and the way that the Las Vegas Convention Center is set up, and I don't know, Gil, did you feel this? It's like there was like three distinct like large convention centers, right? And the one that like where the podcasts were was all the way over like in East fucking Bumblefuck. And then there was like West Bumblefuck, and then there was North Bumblefuck. But North Bumblefuck was actually named South, which I thought was really interesting. The one
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I know it
there
was all
was
over
a
the place.
south second floor, a south first floor, and then there was a central. And so, I mean, the place was huge. So that's where all the podcast. So you could have thought to yourself, "Oh wow, I'm in the whole big thing here," but you're missing a whole another half of the, thing. So anyway,
Yeah, no, and I know there was that NADA convention, but apparently AHR took out the rest of it, and I didn't know this, that apparently Las Vegas is the biggest convention center in the country.
yeah, they can only have it at like four, right? There's only four conventions. I heard something stupid like there was 100,000 people there. So one like my main takeaway on it also was, and you got I guess it's JJ Commercial HVAC talking in here. Like I'm a resi guy, and I've been a resi guy for a long time, and I've been for my whole pretty much my career light commercial, but mostly residential. And like man, commercial is like on the rise. Like there was so much commercial and industrial there. Like I was a fish out of water. I was like, holy smokes, there's a lot of stuff going on here.
Well, most of the big stuff there, that is what they're showing off. Like even the resi brands, when you look at like the Train, the Daikin, the Carrier, they bring an assortment of stuff, but a lot of times they are showing off their big stuff. Maybe some of like, well, I guess even like the Samsung and shit like that, like they're still showing everything. I really wish that I would have went to the Takeo booth because I really had some legitimate questions. But that's the worst part that people don't realize is I say this every year and I'll continue to say it. I think everybody that is in the trade should go to an AHR at least one time to experience it. I understand that not everybody can be like us and go every year. I go because it's a job, it's work. The podcast pays for it, and why not? I want to see my friends. But um, yeah, just to experience it one time because it's absolutely amazing when you walk around. And in those 3 days, unless you plan to the T, you can't see everything. It's just not physically possible. And to be honest, there's some booths that are just bullshit. I'd rather not see. Some little Asian dude in the corner, like, you want to see
I
my
was
molder?
I was I was wondering if you were gonna say that because there's like the back of the places that it's all that. It's all just like one
Yeah.
dude sitting at a booth. You know what I mean? Like he's got like a little motor. You're like,
Yeah.
what is this?
Yeah. I just want to run by and be like, coronavirus.
Oh,
Um,
oh man.
yeah, some of those, it's like, how did you get into this? But somebody Freon said
He's
Resi trans. I guess I didn't put that in the right order when I said that. Um, but yeah, no, I say that because it's like work, man. It's a lot of walking. Like, I'm having to like powder the old fucking sack because I feel like I'm gonna kindle wounds in my pants, dude. Like, you get done, you feel like you rode a fucking horse for 3 days, man.
oh
It's
man.
crazy. It's definitely a lot of walking, but it's awesome. And another thing I have to say, I got to bring this up is the younger generations of influencers. Like I get it. I'm one of the old heads in the trade now, you know. Um yeah, I mean, it's just and it was cool. I met one from Baltimore. It's funny. I go to Vegas to meet a younger influencer from this, right where I live. But yeah, meeting a bunch of young ones, and I'm sitting there hearing them talk, and I'm like, I don't even know what they're saying. Like they're speaking a different language to me. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, guys, have a good day. See you.
Yeah. Let me introduce you to my friend Freon Leon. Y'all
Yeah,
know what Freon is?
yeah, no, they probably don't. But I also love that for the trade because those guys are the ones that is going to get the younger generation in. I mean, I hope those young guys are watching us and stuff like that. But they're the ones that are going to get those, 18, 19, 20-year-old people in because they're going to attract them because they're going to see people their age.
100%, dude. And like you're the OG. I mean, 10 years, you 12 years, whatever, how long you've been doing this. And like one thing I will say though, like, and I'm guilty as charged because I don't have a big like Instagram or TikTok following or anything like that. Like, I just like to have conversations with people, you know what I mean? But like, shit, I mean, most of my freaking audience is on Facebook for God's sakes. But it's funny because there are people that are followed that are some of them are older, some of them are younger, but it does gain like engagement into the trade, and then they can follow people like Megan, right, who like are legitimately like up on rooftops or looking at units, and they're kind of like giving little tips. Like she said she likes to give tips, and I think it's actually really cool. And Gil, you like this actually. So like my son, and he's like got an engineering brain. He's 16. He like literally the other day, I mean, it was like a couple weeks ago, he was like, Dad, he's like, I was watching some HVAC videos. He's like, I could get down with some of that. I could fix some stuff. I like it. And I was like, all right, cool. I mean, I see him more as like a design, like an engineer on the engineering side, but that doesn't mean, I mean, listen, mechanical engineering is in the next 10, 12 years, mechanical and electrical engineering is going to be like the one of the biggest places that you have opportunity, like for anybody that like wants to put pen to paper and doesn't want to actually be out there, you can literally be a part of this trade just in mechanical and electrical engineering, and I'll go into plumbing engineering too and all that, but that kind of falls under mechanical. Regardless, it's going to be huge. All these data centers are going up all over the place. There's a lot of commercial and industrial construction happening, so it's a really exciting time in the trades. And like I said, people like Megan, as a female, legitimately out there getting her hands dirty in the trades, really brings an awareness to there. Yeah. So
Yeah, no, and I agree with you. And like you said, I think the trades we're going to get more people. I was just listening to a thing with Mike Rowe, which I'm going to get him. I'm gonna do something with him. He's a
That would be
Baltimore guy.
cool.
I'm telling you, I'm going to make that happen.
Oh, I didn't know he was a Baltimore guy,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Oh,
So I'm
wow.
gonna make that happen. But he said that like even his foundation has seen like, you know, 10 times the amount of applicants that he's had in the past. And I say that that I think the trades are going to start getting more people. We still have a shortage. It is a fact. More people retire off than come in. That's just a fact. But AI can't take our jobs. And AI is going to take a lot of people's jobs. So I also think we might have some of that crossover. You know what I mean? Where people start being the 35-year-olds like, fuck, I need to find a new job. I need to start a new trade. And um they can still happen. I mean, hell, Rookie did that. I mean, he was in the restaurant running restaurants for, 20 years and then got into the trade. Sorry, some of these comments. How did you do this year walking around with I see you posting them with your interviews.
Dude. So the whole point of doing the podcast was to get stories like yours and stories of other people. And look, as we moved along, just like you have explored different people that are like, work for companies and they want to talk about what they do. And like, I don't really see anything wrong with that as long as they don't like take up the entire, episode with just like, as a commercial. I like it to be topical. And so, but one thing that I really wanted to do was these like, I wanted to get stories. And one thing I realized was when I invite people onto the podcast, they have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stories and we can shoot the breeze a little bit and then like it like kind of flounders out and then it doesn't matter, we have great episodes, we talk about great things, but the reality is that what I realized that the formula was that everybody can think of one story from the field, one story. And so I said, you know what, I got my little portable microphone thing. I was like, let's just do street interviews real quick. And then I was like, 2 seconds of coaching and like, okay, so I was in this house, go. And then tell the story. And it's just the one story that always comes to mind. And dude, I got so much like, and I hate this word, but like I got so much content. I had so many like little tiny street interviews that were just like, sure, I'll tell one little story for 45 seconds. Yours, by the way, people that don't even know that aren't even in the field, don't even have no idea about HVAC, have no idea about anything, actually messaged me or talked to me. They were like, dude, that guy Gil's story was fucking fantastic. If you showed it on the screen, man, I would encourage anybody. It's on, I don't have it on YouTube. I have it on Instagram and I have it on Facebook. But if you go to my Instagram, which is so I was in this house, you'll see Gil's like front and center. He's like one of the first he's one of the first ones. And he tells this amazing story that he told in its completion on his full episode. It was like last year on the So I Was in This House podcast. And I loved it. It was a great story. And I tell your story about that woman all the time, by the way, not that funny one, but I always tell that other story about that woman that you became friends with, that like you went to her funeral, like all that. Like I just, with that actually talking about going to AHR and meeting people and everything else, as we roll into lots of AI and lots of automation and everything like that. I mean, I think we still work in a very human business, man. We still work in a business that we talk to people and we deal with people. And I love that. And so I love that you do this because it brings the human aspect, the human element back into our trade so everybody can get together. Look at this chat. It's super busy. There's a bunch of people in here having a great time. So
Yeah, that's what I love, dude. I love the human aspect. I think I was born to do something helping people involved with that. And then HVAC just happened to be the vessel that I used it for because my dad taught me that. But what is Jay saying?
Can you put comments on the screen or no?
I
Do you
can.
have,
I can.
dude, JJ commercial HVAC. Oh my gosh.
Hold on. Let me get this. I can put it up. Jay's a nut. Let me see.
Oh my gosh.
Window.
Oh, can I just read it?
Yeah, go ahead. Here, I
He
got it
goes,
right here. I can add it.
yeah. Well, he starts with so I had to piss. I found a slop sink and handled business. And then somebody in Nasty goes, never peed in a slop sink, a washing machine on the other hand, ... And then JJ goes, I did really have a woman whip her boobies out on me once. She was lactating, but I was like, oh shit. Oh my gosh. Just don't fall for the giveaways. Oh man.
No, you want to know something funny is sometimes I have people on here that like aren't necessarily friends. And I got to be on here and be serious with them. And I'm trying to read the chat. And these guys are talking about something that has nothing to fucking do with the podcast, but they're talking about something God knows different. And people are like, yeah, man, I was this marketing and I was doing this way. And I'm reading the chat trying to like not laugh in these people's face because they have no idea what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Or when they're making fun of the guest, which is even funnier. I've had a few that have been like the worst shows ever. I wanted to blow my brains out. And these guys are going hard in the paint. Fucking it's hilarious.
Oh, can I I want to just because somebody said something about don't fall for the free giveaways. I am actually doing that. I did this last year. So I'm letting everybody know now preemptively. I'll tag Gil. I have an extra veto bag. And so if you know, it's amazing. Ben's all about it from HVAC Tactical. This thing is $300-$400, whatever it is. You got to nominate somebody. You can nominate yourself. I want to hear why. I want to hear who deserves it. Last year we got lucky. We had 3 to give away. We're going to give away 1, and it's going to go to like whatever, a deserving apprentice. Somebody got their shit stolen. Last year we gave it to a couple veterans, and it was like not like it was like they deserved it. It wasn't just because they were veterans. Like they legitimately deserved it. And it was the most rewarding thing ever. So I'm just letting you know now, if you know somebody, you can nominate somebody, you can tag, you can message me, whatever it is. I'm going to throw out the thing, and then I'll make a post that'll get shared out, and I'll put Gil on there too, so that it can kind of go wherever Gil goes.
Nice. Yeah. No, I love that. Yeah, I saw that bag. That's awesome. I'll have to call in a favor with
Do you want the bag so I can just
yeah, nah, it's normally that kind of stuff, dude. I get fortunate enough that I have more than enough stuff. I'd rather
I
somebody
bet
else.
you have a garage full of stuff, especially old audio podcasting equipment. When your friend got involved in podcasting about 2.5 years ago, you were like, bro, I have so much stuff I can help you out with. I can't wait to help you with this. I'm
Dude,
super stoked.
I am the
Let me
worst
send
shipper.
you all this stuff.
Dude, I have the
It's
best of intentions. Ask people. I have prizes that guys in here have already won that are sitting back there that I still haven't shipped. So yes, I have the best of intentions. I'm not a crackhead. It's still there. It's not, I didn't pawn it or anything like that. But yes. See, look, Freon says I
yeah.
nominate Gil to send as a bag I won 2 years ago. But I said this before, man. The fact is that I love these guys because they bust my balls and I take it. I deserve it, and they're going to get this bag and I'm going to put stuff in there. But these guys could, like, I'm never watching that fucking guy again. You know what I mean? But they don't. They're in here every fucking Wednesday, man. And I love these guys for that. And I am going to get that stuff out. And I have other stuff that I put in these bags because I'm going to make it worth it for the wait. You guys know, man, the last few years have been fucking miserable and
You've
things
had a
are
tough
finally
go
on
at
the
it,
up.
man.
So,
You've had a tough go at it, brother.
but yes, everybody will get their stuff. I nominate myself because I'm not an apprentice. I'm not even a veteran, so not many freebies.
Come up with a
uh,
reason, man. Make it a sob story. I don't know. Come on,
yeah,
let's be honest about it, though. All right, because you're gonna have to do like a public post, and then get
yeah, and you don't nominate yourself in my fucking chat.
It's fair game.
Yeah,
It's fair game.
no, that's cool. I have I actually have a yellow jacket manifold back there that I've had forever to give away, like the whole kit. I just haven't wanted to do another giveaway until I send people the stuff that's already been won. Um, but I
Let me
might,
give you a tip here. I'm gonna give you a tip here. In Baltimore, I'm pretty sure they have these things. They're called UPS stores, and you can. There's a
dude,
thing outside
there's
your
one
house.
across the street from my office. Dude, when we moved into that building, I was like, fuck. I was like, I can't say anything because it's right there. Um,
Yeah, do you ever
So
feel like there's like it's like capacity? Like because we both work like regular real people jobs, and then we both have like, this hobby slash other job that we like spend time having fucking conversations with people, ever however many times a month or whatever. And it's like capacity, and then like my wife gets really upset at me when she's like, You don't remember that I told you this already? And I'm like, fuck do I don't remember like what like I'm wearing if I don't like look down and see what I'm wearing.
yeah, no, and for me, man, and I not that I'm making excuses. Everybody's busy, but I am literally like go, go, go. Like I almost want to just put a GoPro on and just film a day to show people because like guys, I'm up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning every day. Um, I get up, even though I take a shower at night, I'm weird. I have to shower in the morning too. Get dressed, I get my daughters up, I get them ready for school, do all that kind of stuff, make sure they're off, make sure my mom is good before I leave. I go to the office. A lot of times I don't leave there until 6. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I have things to go. 45-minute drive home. Make sure the girls have like, dinner, homework, baths, all that kind of shit. Make sure my mom's good to go. Um, Sometimes on the way home, I stop and may see somebody. You know, um, Things like
So
that.
do
And
you so do you spend all the time in the office now, or do you like still get out in the field too? Like
to be
just to
honest, I'm in the field more than I want to.
oh
I was in the
I,
field a lot today.
dude, see, and this is the thing. Me. I've like run teams and I've had. I fucking love being out in the field, dude. I sometimes and I know you're saying like, oh, I'm in the field too much. Like sometimes I'm just like, I think it's just awesome to be in a role that like you don't have to necessarily sit. But I don't think human beings were necessarily meant to sit behind fucking computers and desks all day. I really don't. And legitimately and sitting at a desk. So every like I have like a stand up like desk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So me, it's not that I don't love being in the field because I do. Um, I was in the field Monday. I was in the office Tuesday. I was in the field most of today, and I'm going to be in the field most of tomorrow. Um, just taking care of, some issues and making sure that things go okay. And it's not that I don't love being in the field. It's just I still have office shit that needs to get done. So when I'm in the field, it's not like somebody else is doing my office stuff. The
Yeah.
way we divvy
You got to do the office shit too.
Yeah, the way things are divvied up with me and my partners, you know what I mean? Like they have their lanes and I have mine. So it's just whenever I do get back in, it's just overwhelming because I have all this shit that's overloaded and get behind. So um plus, you know, I, I try to be 6 months to a year ahead of everybody else. You know what I mean? I'm not made to be a desk.
I'm sorry, dude. Freon Leon just said, I'll just ship him the bag I want and have him mail it back.
No, because then you'll just give me a new bag. Uh, oh, that's funny.
Oh my God, that was.
These
Oh
guys.
man. Hey, do you walk when you drive, like, or when you do things in life, Gil? Do you like, are you, and like, I would ask everybody else too, like, are you like fixing things or like, are you like working on solving problems in your head, like continuously?
Always.
Yeah. Like always, like there's a problem and I'm like fixing it in my head.
Yeah, there's always something going on, you know? And like my phone during the day, like right now it's muted and my phone has rung it's almost 10 o'clock here, and my phone has rung 6 times since I've been sitting down. Like
Oh
my
gosh.
phone never stops going off. And so that's why I said, like in the business, my thing is I am so I am so OCD and I want perfection. I understand that you can't get it, but I feel like if that's not what you try to achieve, then you let, complacency and bullshit come in. And I'm so involved in so many things, I need to not be. You know what I mean? You got to let people do things. And
Yeah.
um, sometimes
I
they're going to
started to
fail.
cut I started to cut and eliminate certain things too. And also, saying no sometimes to people for things and people. Like sometimes you just got to say like no, especially when you're really super busy like you and I, like yeah, you just got to say no, dude. And to boot, man, it's like I've been trying so hard to like eliminate the clutter. And I think it's super important, especially like for like techs that are on the road or like reps in any way that are on the road all the time. You're driving, you're in, buildings and houses, and you're like restocking or you're whatever, you're doing this, you're doing that, and you're constantly, so you're always like on the go, always on the move. And it's like, you ever like open up some of these guys' trucks, dude? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy, dude. It would drive me crazy. Like
That
all the clutter and shit.
I check them bitches every week. I won't allow it. I'll be like, dude, I'll clear your schedule. You're gonna clean your fucking van today, and I'm not giving you shit to do because, yeah, once again, OCD. I that won't happen. Um, I remember customers, coming out and like being like, man, dude, your van's awesome because I kept the shit clean. Like I could not work in this disorganized fucking mess. Um, but yeah, I get anal. I need to just let people, you know, do stuff, and it's okay if they fail. And I should know better because I used to hate that when I was coming up. Um, and I think now mine is more of a position just trying to help, but not realizing it's like just let them be, man. Like, they're good at what they do. You hired them for a reason. Like, yeah, they're gonna make a mistake. Let them come to you for answers, but I don't have to like watch over them. You know what I mean? Like that's not what I want because I definitely don't want to micromanage or nothing like that. I did have to have a tough talk with my technicians because especially all you residential techs or any techs out there, like revenue, efficiency, and profitability is three different things, and sometimes they don't add up. Um, I have some guys who are like, "Man, well, bottom of the service Titan says I'm doing good," and I'm like, "Well, it's fucking lying to you because you're not." You know what I mean? Because it's like, guys that are not efficient. Their hours, especially the way a lot of these like bonus structures work. Most of them, they can do all these different things and word it in different ways as long as you're not like 100% commission. That I don't believe in that, but whatever. Um, it's based on your efficiency and your time. You know what I mean? Your time on the job
So
and then the total ticket.
what do you mean? Like your guys are securing a good amount of work, but unfortunately they're taking too long to do it?
Yeah. So the thing is like some people make a good hourly wage, and the way a lot of these structures work is, you know, the higher your hourly wage, the harder it is to try to meet some of these, commission structures, or
Yeah, because
like
you won't exceed your hourly rate, sure.
exactly. So it's like you have to be efficient in what you do. Like just because I say, "Hey, I'll give you 3 hours to change this blower motor," doesn't mean take 3 hours. You know what I mean? Like be efficient, be
Right.
good at what are you saying?
That's just funny. It's like, yeah, the task has 3 hours built into it. You don't have to take all 3 hours.
Yeah.
You can take 2 if you're done, you're done, right? Like show the homeowner, "Hey, look, it's done. Look, we're all good here, It's running.
Yeah.
Do you see that? When it spins like that, that means it's working."
And another one is just like, I have and the thing is like I have an awesome team here. Like my service team is fucking amazing. Like guys that can fix anything, you know. The one will fucking sell ice to an Eskimo, like he's great with customers. Um I have one young guy, love him to death. He just moves like fucking molasses. It's like, bro, it's
Mm.
fucking one. How are you still at your first call? Like, did you rebuild their house? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Um, but it's just trying to like, and also when it's not their money, when they go and do little things, they're like, "Oh, I barely did anything. I don't gotta charge for that." And it's like, nah, brother, you do. It's like a,
Yeah.
a diagnostic fee gets you in the door. That's all it did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I had to break it down to them like what the cost per lead was and how like what these calls add up to. And I'm like, so when you leave with $200, I lost money. Does that mean
Yeah,
I
you
can
lost
not pay you? You know what I mean? Like, of course. It's like, so I had to make them understand, like, and little things. For example, one guy went out and he was like, "Oh, it was just he had an easy trap. All I had to do was just put the brush in there." And I'm like, "Okay, well, Why didn't you just flush his drain out? Just
Yeah,
charge him to flush
or
his drain.
a pan treatment and
Yeah, like
a quick blast drain. I don't know if you guys use those there, but a quick blast drain, like for the ports, right? So you can blow it out next time you go. You don't have to like see like 18 cuts, everywhere you go.
yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like there's things that you could have offered to take care of that. Like we can't just do anything for free, man. I try to explain to them. I want them to think that their van is their own little mobile business.
Mm.
Like that's your business. It's got to be profitable. Um, but it's just some of those things were adding up, and it was just like I feel like there's a few guys that are carrying the load of the team. And I just you can't have dead weight.
You gotta have the hard conversations.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, dude, I know those conversations, man. And one thing I will say, like, sometimes it's a quick mindset change. Like sometimes it's like, oh, I just wasn't educated and I did not realize that, like, oh, you're paying, you know, $12,000 a month in insurance and $3,000 to service Titan and like $6,000 in gas and $5,000 in your truck payments. And like, so it's like you're operating. And I think people that also, that goes by the wayside with customers too. Like they don't, like there is an inherent cost to just being in business, right? Which is
yeah,
why professionals and hiring a professional, like there's a cost of doing business even before you get there. And that's why hacks need, that's why, hacks piss guys like, you, me, and professionals off, right? Because, you get hacks who are like, they never do the right thing. They're always, the cheapo race to the bottom guy. And it's like, okay, great. Well, then you'll call me when this breaks again in a couple months and we'll, we'll circle back around, you
yeah.
know?
And that's why I said
Um,
I don't like that one guy who, not the guy at the end of our podcast that got up there and had to get his mic cut off. Did you see me when I looked over to the black guy and I was like, because that guy wouldn't shut up there telling his fucking life story.
oh
Um,
yeah. Oh my God.
yeah, he's in a 3-piece suit at fucking AHR. Like, dude, what are you doing here?
Yeah. But he owned an HVAC company?
Not the guy at the end, the guy that walked up
Oh,
to the mic at the end.
yeah.
And he started off okay, but then he just started going off on some rant and like wouldn't leave. And it was like, all right, bro, like
Yeah. Mike,
go away.
boop,
Yeah, you
cut him
gotta
off.
leave. Um,
Yeah. But
but
I want to say something though, because oh no, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
you're a good guy, man.
I was going to say when I talk to you about like, so this is real, and this is like and I know you're going to, a lot of your audience is going to be like, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Right. So you're in Baltimore. I'm in Texas, but I grew up and I spent 39 years of my life in the state of New Jersey. So if you go from about Boston to DC, okay, is the oldest part of the country. Okay. Construction is older, houses are older, buildings are older, systems are older. You got asbestos wrapped pipes all over the place. You got stuff that is just absolute. And so I grew up in it. And I saw it forever, like doing change, like, dude, like doing system, like quotes for new systems. Sometimes it would be like, okay, not only do I need an asbestos remediation, but I need to either abandon the chimney, put a chimney liner in, or I gotta, I gotta dismantle this thing. I need a whole construction team out here to do this job, right? And then like I moved out here, and it's like, dude, it's literally just split systems everywhere you go. That's all it is. It's like a split system. It's got two plenums sitting in an attic, and it's got like, and most of the time they just like strap that shit right in, like literally right into the cabinet, just strapped it in, see you later. And then a bunch of flex duct and like no trunk lines, dude. There are no trunk lines. I haven't seen one, dude. I've been in Texas for 6.5 years. I have not seen one trunk line for ductwork. Not one. I have not seen one. I've seen a 4-foot plenum, maybe a 5-foot plenum is the largest that I've seen, and that's it. And so you guys, you were saying you guys can like fix everything. Like you guys up north, like where you're at, and like north, dude, can run circles around like a lot of other markets, man. It's crazy. I would encourage you, man, to like I don't know how, but like get in some of these. You start walking around, you're like, this is it. Like, are we
Oh
good
yeah,
here? Like,
I see some of these change outs, and that's true. And real fast, Sammy, it's not recorded video. I didn't record on video this year. It was just too much to set up. I do have the audio files. I'll try to put it out. Normally it's hard because the audio is fucking horrendous just because you're in the middle of a fucking expo. Um, so I'll try to put the audio version of it out for you. I have some clips and some videos that Scott shot that I'm trying to put together and edit that I'm going to put that out as soon as I possibly can. I'll put it as shorts on YouTube and on Instagram. I'll try to put those out there to see the shorts, but I'll let you know when the audio version's out, buddy. Um Sorry, he said that question a few times. I felt bad, like I wasn't seeing it. But yeah, man, the Northeast is a whole different monster. When I see people out in like California and they're like, "Oh yeah, man, we'll replace the system and all new ductwork," and I'm like, "What? Like we can't do that. Like it's people aren't going to rip walls out." And then I've said this 100 times is a lot of these people their ductwork was only ever originally designed for heat. It wasn't even designed for fucking air
Oh
conditioning.
yeah, yeah. They got like no returns, or literally no returns. Or like a tiny little returns. It's
Yeah, I had some
bomb.
old man one time. He's like, he was redoing his house, but then he's like, he knew what he wanted. I'm like, well, I'm not an order taker, so shut the fuck up, old man. But he's like, I want a high-low return in every room, and I was like, no. And he was like, what do you mean? I'm like, because it doesn't make any sense. He's like, yeah, but for cooling and for this, and I'm like, yeah, dude, it doesn't matter. I'm like, hot goes to cold. Okay. That's the way it works. It doesn't matter. All right. Like in certain situations, you did that in older buildings because it made sense at the time of what you were working with. But if I'm going to design a new duct system, I'm not going to go back 60 years like a dumbass because I
What
don't
was
need
it?
that.
Was it an upflow, downflow, horizontal? Where was it?
His was a upflow.
It was an upflow in a basement.
Yeah, he had one in a basement and he had one in the basement and the one was horizontal in the attic.
Oh, okay. So he had two systems. So you could put obviously the returns for the upstairs one could be high, and then the downstairs could be low. But you know what? I have done that before. When somebody says, yeah. So when what we do is, and this is pretty crazy, they make those plates that you can cover. So you can't really oversize return, right? So if
Yeah.
you use, and this is not, you shouldn't do this, right? But anyway, so if you cover the high wall return, during the summer, during the winter months, and you cover the low wall return, then yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
and
done
and
that. Not
and that
necessarily in every
happens.
room, not necessarily in every room, but can I tell you something? I did that because I lived in a bi-level in Jersey, and dude, I remember so cold. I right like a couple days ago, it was like 9 degrees up there by you guys or whatever, right? Bro, I literally would freeze downstairs. And so I started like I started fucking adding returns everywhere, right? Supply vents. I just started adding shit everywhere. And so I put a high wall return, right? And so, but I would close up the low wall return in the hallway in the summer months. It actually did make a difference. I slapped one of those covers on there just so I could pull all the hot air out. Maybe it was a placebo effect. I don't know, but it seemed to work.
Well, yeah, no, it's situational. It's like so when you have issues and you're trying to make the best out of what you have. Yeah, Freon Leon said that we have oil systems. You don't see that oil. It's funny, like Texas, where the oil comes from. You guys don't have oil furnaces though.
No, everything. So, and it's funny because you would think it's all heat pumps or electric here. It's not. There's a ton of gas. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of electric and heat pumps all over the place, but I would say more than 60, 70% of the systems are gas furnaces. They're
Do you
gas furnace
guys
split
do
systems.
you guys see any like hybrid, like dual fuel systems?
Yeah, and I've designed a bunch of them too. You don't see them a lot. There is now, like obviously with everything else, there's no the big thing is converting electric over to heat pump, which is like a no-brainer. Like if anybody is out there putting an electric system straight electric to electric, like you should really really just put the heat pump in. It does not make sense to go electric to electric. The cost is not that different, and the savings is huge for the homeowner. I mean, literally, I think the cost the last time I checked was like 37%, not savings. Like the operating expense of a heat pump is 37% of what the operating expense of electric resistance heat is. So you save. I mean, it's a third of the cost to
Yeah,
operate
no,
it.
no, straight electric. We don't even do that around here. It wouldn't even be able to. First year, especially
Well,
your
no,
utility
I
bill
met.
would be $9 million.
I know. Okay, so I met this woman. She had a condo. She was like freaking out. She's like she wanted to like move out, because her electric bill was so high, and there was this area of Jersey that had nothing but electric. There was no gas running to this community, so it was all 100% electric. And I remember talking to her, and she converted over to a heat pump, but she showed me for this condo, dude, it was something stupid. Like, she's like, I can't afford this. It's like $600 a month for heat, and I'm freezing. And then, like, so there were, and there's a whole neighborhood in an area, Monroe, there, that's all like old age home. Okay, so like senior communities, let's say. And bro, they built it with no gas lines. I don't know, and so they had to come up with an electric cooperative that subsidized the electric cost. It was so high, and I converted so many of those old people over to heat pumps because they're literally running electric baseboard. And I saw this guy's bill. He moved there like, oh yeah, we're going to save all this money. We're going to move into the 55 and older and save all this money on our electric bills, or our bills, because we're going to retire now. And he showed me the bill. He handed it to me. He's like, help. And it was, I'll never forget this. It was $1,029 for January of like whatever it was, 2016 or 17 or whatever it was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, $1,000. So converted him, left the baseboard heat so he could have it as emergency backup, and put in an air handler with a high efficiency. Like, it was at the time, I think it was a Carrier like Infinity heat pump, and that thing sung. It was great.
Yeah, so I've done a lot. Free on Leon talking about oil. It's funny. Oil is not hard to work on at all, to be honest. There's not much to it. It's just, yeah, it's a pain in the ass because it smells. You get dirty, you know, you normally got to have a separate set of tools for oil. Yes, you do have to do combustion analysis on oil. It's a necessity because, you can actually change the oxygen to be able to, dial it in to make sure make sure you're burning properly.
It's
But
expensive
yeah,
to run though, dude. I mean, now it's probably quite a bit less, but dude, I remember I had a rental way back in the day, and it was oil. And I remember one winter in this tiny little house, bro, because I had a steamer down there. We ended up changing it out, but I spent $2,200 in like, it was like less than 3 months on oil in that house. And so that was my specialty, by the way. I did oil to gas conversions, and I did oil to gas conversions with the BPI program, which were energy audits. And so we would do an audit on the whole house, and there was a state subsidy in the state of New Jersey where you could actually get rebate money if you insulated in addition to the water heater and the air, so you did everything. So you got a bigger ticket. You ended up like basically giving the house a new tankless water heater, or let's say a power vent water heater, and like a 90% furnace, and then you could do the insulation. And man, it was, what a difference. And there were bigger projects. So like a lot of companies shied away from doing it because it was like a pain in the ass, the paperwork, everything else. But I lived off of it.
sorry. Pat said he does combustion analysis on mini splits. Yeah, no, it's funny you say that because I do the same thing here. I've done it since I was back at Beltway as far as doing conversions from oil to heat pump, which has to be where like their gas is not a possibility. People just are fed up with the oil cost, but normally it has to be some high end heat pump, or I won't do it because I'm like, hey,
Well,
you won't be happy.
I agree with that. Ty Branneman, one of these big HVAC trainers, did like a laboratory experiment talking about how the newer heat pumps can absolutely heat in northern markets.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've had them. My last house, the big dream house that was a curse. I had a Lennox inverter there, and that thing was a fucking beast. I loved it. Um, but yeah, I always tell them you have to go higher end, and then it's like $7,000 worth of rebates here. The electrification rebate and something else that we've been slanging like crazy. And even people that want, say it's a gas furnace and they have an AC, and I'm selling them dual fuel because I'm like, hey, I can get you a $4,000 rebate, and it kind of pays for itself. And they're like, well, fucking right, why not? So we've been using the shit out of the rebates. I mean, to be honest, we're probably owed like 250 grand. Like
Whoa, dude.
yeah, we've been rocking and rolling, dude, and we're getting paid. But I think in the next month or so, it's ending. So, but
Mm,
hey, we're keeping several install teams busy. So it is what it is. But we're
mm.
getting it all back. You just have to, you got to wait on the back end for a little bit of that profit. But um, those checks are
Yeah.
starting to roll in. You know, all of a sudden you get a check and it's like 60 grand, and it's like I get half a boner. Like, oh yeah,
It's
you
just a
know,
half.
yeah, it's just a half chub, not a full rager, just that kind of like, hey, I'm here, what's going on, kind of thing. But
It's
you
funny.
know, not embarrassing to show off. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I went too far with that.
Yeah,
What's
that's
up, C
okay.
Young? And this one, I don't know. My eyes are getting bad. It looks like Vag, but Van Gilgum, whatever that is.
Yeah. It's Van Gil Dejum.
Oh, well, thank you for being here. I'm not sure if I've seen your name in here, so thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, I might have brought some people too, man. Come on.
Hey,
I
I
post
hope you did.
I post you. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe,
Well,
maybe
like
not.
you were saying earlier, it's funny. Like a lot of people know who I am, but I don't have huge socials. Like most of my shit is audio. Like the audio downloads
Yeah.
is where my, weight in gold is. But it's oh,
Yeah.
Modern Comfort. What is that? A different name?
Yeah, it's definitely just a bunch of letters. It just looks like a
Yeah.
bunch of consonants all slapped together with
Well,
Van in the beginning.
well, a lot of these guys had to change their name. I don't know what it something to do with I don't know what they did. I thought it was a joke. Not sure why they changed the names. Yeah. Oh, okay. What's up, bro? I was wondering.
Dude, Mechanical Environments, which is I guess Megan McIntosh's company, she just said in the chat, she said, one time I had a call for a mini split that quote shocked someone. When I got there, they told me it felt like 240 volt or more. Turns out they put their hand on the blade.
No, you felt stupidity. That's what you felt. Um,
Oh gosh. Oh, I love it. Man, I am that just made my night. That made my night. You didn't tell that yesterday.
that's fucking hilarious. Oh, I meant to tell you earlier about your I might still do it around here because told you I have my little microphone thing. I wanted to just meet random people at supply houses and just get them to talk to me. You know what I mean? Not necessarily
Oh
a
yeah,
story,
dude.
but just, who are you? How long you been in the trade? Blah, blah, blah. Say something like that. Um, just I don't have the time to do it, but I would like to do that. So
So my favorite story was I was at the PHCC conference in San Diego, and I went there right before AHR. It was a 1 day thing, and not even like it was literally from like 10 a.m. until like 3. There's 1,100 people there. It was crazy, right? 80 degrees outside, absolutely beautiful. So I talked to this guy. He was like working the event because he was a volunteer, but he worked for a plumbing company. Young dude, right? I go up to him and he's like been a plumber for like 5 years. Cool, kind of swagger guy. And he's like, so I was in this house and we were there, and he was there for a drain inspection. He was a plumber. He's there for a drain inspection. He's inspecting this drain, and he's trying to find out if it'll like flush through or whatever. He's checking everything, and he goes to the woman and he goes, hey ma'am, can I can I run your washer so I could check the drain going out of the washing machine? And the woman goes, oh God, I don't do my laundry until Friday. Okay, Friday is laundry day. All right, now you can come in. And he's like, well, ma'am, what do you want me to do? I have to check the drain, and the washer is for the drain. And she's like, you know what? Fine. And she gets on the floor in the dryer in the washer, starts throwing clothes all over the place, and goes, fine, just run it, go. She starts scooping clothes out of her laundry room. I thought that was hilarious.
that is hilarious. Dude, one thing about going in people's houses, man, you see some goofy shit.
Oh yeah, dude.
Sorry, Megan said she had there's a Matt story from his residential days.
Yeah. I
Did that pay for your whole chub in Vegas?
yeah,
Freon.
I saw it. I was
We were
sitting
playing
next to it.
piano, and I was just taking $30 shots of Jameson, apparently.
Dude, that place is so expensive.
Yeah, my fucking butthole hurt when I left.
Dude,
I did think that one dude, I love that picture. I really thought that he was going to get that chick was going to take him back and those guys are going to pound Yo's ass, dude. I really, really thought I didn't even know this guy and I felt bad. So I don't know them, so I don't want to say names or nothing, but that story is fucking hilarious.
Alcohol, the Vegas Strip, airline attendants, British accents. Like, what are you gonna do, right? Like, yeah,
Yeah, he was trying to get it and no
yeah.
bueno. Got a slice of pizza at the end of the night.
You know what the secret was that I didn't realize it till afterwards is that there's like $900 like beers and shots at the bar, but the pizza place that's attached to it has $5 beers.
The place we got pizza from?
Yeah, there was a sign right as you rolled up. It said $5 beers, and then I'm like, like the brain. It was already the end of the night. I wasn't having anything else. At least I don't think I did. And then I was like, oh, that's yeah. I mean, not like you can bring it into the piano bar, but you probably could.
Yeah, you can stand outside. I mean, it's got that little thing. Yeah. I know when I went up there and paid for the one thing, and I was just like, man, did I pay for this motherfucker stuff too? Like, Jesus.
Dude, there was a guy in the convention center parking lot giving out 75-cent shots of tequila. Who has
Hey,
quarters on them, by the way? Like, was
yeah. Hey,
anybody?
me and that guy made good money. Fuck you, nasty. Psych. Well, there was one of the stands that was giving out shots of Fireball, so I took two. What the hell?
Yeah.
Is Vegas a dry county half the day or something? No. I think
No.
it's not dry. Hell no. That's about as wet can be. And cigarettes were only $10 a pack. One Uber driver told us, or taxi driver, whatever the fuck it was like, you should go down to the Indian reservation. You can get like name brand cigarettes for like $3 a pack. Oh, fun story. I don't know if Rookie's still in here. I haven't seen him. He's probably passed out, beaten off or something. But we got a fucking Uber and the bitch didn't speak any English. So we're like, hey, do you mind stopping at a gas station or something so we can get some cigarettes? Like, we'll tip you. Okay. We're like, all right, cool. Bitch is just driving, takes us all the way around the back, and she's like, me and Marshall. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck she just said. And then she's like,
I think they do that on purpose.
yeah, and then she's like, Mas. I'm like, how can they both be Mas? I'm like, this way, and I finally had to get her to turn, but she was on the opposite side of the fucking convention center. We had to walk all the way around.
That's not fun. I mean, you got your steps in.
Yeah, I got my steps in.
So I was on this reservation. I love it. We could do a live podcast. So I was on this reservation.
That's funny.
So I was on this podcast.
Vegas serves alcohol for breakfast. Fucking right it does. That's funny.
It's good. So did you learn anything at the show at all, or we passed that point?
No, I don't really learn anything, but I mean, I saw some things. Like I heard stuff like about like when I went over and saw Lance from Solderwell. Like I've heard people talking about this whole steel line set thing. How it's just like copper, but it has better it's no contaminants and shit like that.
Yeah. What better heat, better
Well, it's
heat
supposed to be. It's
transfer.
just like because the cost, because the cost of copper line sets just keeps spiking. Where this has like maintained it. And to be honest, when I first saw it, I'm like, this is another bullshit that I'm not gonna do. But after messing with it, it made me curious. Like he's gonna send me some, and like I'll mess with it and see. I mean, I'm never a bandwagon person, but once again, when a wave comes, I rather be on the front end of it. I don't want to be on the back of it because then I feel like you missed the boat.
Yeah. So then, but the thing is that you've got to it's got to sit for you. You may not know problems that might develop from it for like a really long time. Here's something that very interesting too. If you recall, the major evaporator coil, but class action lawsuits, they were all, popping, springing leaks and holes and everything else. One of the things, I went for a factory tour and I started getting involved with like the guys over at like Train and American Standard. And one of the things that, they did a lot of science on this, and they talked about, it's like the study of metals that interact, right? So
Yeah.
metallurgy.
Yeah, metallurgy.
And you probably already know this, but like the way that the metals that they were soldering or infusing like in the joints was interacting. It was like zinc of some sort, and it was interacting with the evaporator coils and with the copper. And so over time, there's like a chemical reaction with environmental things, and that's what caused the whole thing. Plus, they were pulling the copper too thin. So, but nobody knew this until the evaporator coils were in there for a year, 2, 3, right? So I'm
Yeah.
all about innovation. I love innovation, and I love to see innovation in the industry. But like you, yeah. Sometimes, you want to hop on board, especially because the TMs at these places, like they want you to like start buying this shit like right away,
But I don't want to be duped, to get to your point. I'm not just going to, blind leading the blind, though. I'm not just going to hop on. So, and with the steel stuff, apparently you need like different brazing rod because it has to have a higher silver content. But where like a pack of that's like $250, and when you get like just normal like brazing rods, I mean, that's just like $400 now. If you're getting like, 15% or whatever it is, 5%, it's crazy. So I'm open to it. It's kind of like people when press first came. Press is here to stay. It's not going anywhere.
Are you using press fittings for copper yet or no?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do both. I mean, I leave it my install teams. Some units they have to braze, some they have to press. Um, I was pretty pumped. I don't know if you saw my post the other day. My son made a TikTok about the outdoor unit that he put in. So I just made me excited seeing him make a video about it. So I was like, that was cool. And the fact that he brazed it in. But yeah, we RLS. I'm definitely team RLS. Fuck Zoom lock. But I want to we do pro press for water, like boilers, water heaters, all that kind of shit. But I'm looking into getting a mega press. So
Mm,
I was at the Milwaukee booth trying to look. I have one of their reps is going to reach out to me. One for sponsorship, which that's
yeah.
cool. And the other one is I want to make sure I'm buying the right tool because I want to get the one that all I got to do is change the jaws for. Yeah, I already know it's going to cost me 5, 6, 7 grand for all of it, but I want the one. I want to be able to do boilers because everybody says get the 12 volt, but the only thing is I understand why they're saying it, but I want to be able to go up to at least inch and a quarter, inch and a half, because some of these boilers we do here.
You need the larger gas pipe. Yeah.
Exactly. And just for the water lines, I need to be able to go up. Some of
Oh, yeah,
these.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I need some of those.
Well, I
So
always refer so, and it's been a minute since I even investigated the mega press, but it was all about gas piping.
oh yeah, yeah. So mega press is gas, um, but you can have one tool. So if it has enough kilonewtons, it can do all. I have the mega press jaws. I want to be able to take them out. I can do water, take those
Ah,
jaws out, and then
very
be able
cool.
to do like RLS with the one gun. That's what I want. I don't want to have to buy multiple,
Oh, so you can do everything, man. You could do a hybrid heat pump with a tankless water heater and a hot water coil and attached to a boiler and an indirect fired water heater all in one application.
exactly. So I mean, I have all of that. So we have a couple of different ones now, but yeah, and I know the 12 volt only goes up to like I think they said 1 inch, which for gas is probably fine. Normally, most of the time, I don't have to go above 1 inch. But if I'm going to spend that much money for a tool,
Yeah, but okay. So now let's say you're doing an oil to gas conversion and you're bringing in a main line into the house. I guess you can run that line without the mega press, but I mean, it would be nice if you didn't have to.
yeah, but I don't want to spend 6 grand for something I can't use. You know what I mean? Like,
That's
oh, well, can't use it for this job, but maybe the next one. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah.
I want to have it for all of those things. And there's been several boilers we've done where it's inch and a half copper lines feeding it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Where and I'm not trying to, well, I would, but the people ain't gonna pay me to repipe all that shit. You know what I mean? It's especially not the cost of copper. And when I'm doing that stuff, I'm not doing it in fucking M. I mean, L is the cheapest that I would do it in. Um, and some people, it's funny. I had to teach some of my young guys. I actually took all three coppers. So M is the thinnest, L, and then I think K is the next one. You don't see K. Nobody's using K. Um, I don't think there's another one. If there is, then let me know the thicknesses. But I showed them and they're like, no shit. And then obviously ACR copper is going to be, pretty thick for what we do. But just showing them the difference.
Freon Leon said, what happened to the satisfaction of hand threading your own pipe? Sure. Yeah. Can I ask a controversial question here? And this is like legitimately.
Sure.
Okay, like, I keep these are like my musings, like my shower and my drive musings. So like, you've got 150 or 160 years of water pipe that's copper, which has an anti-germicidal like property to it, right? Which is like that's the way, right? That's all the domestic water pipes are, and then the last however many years, you've got all the new construction, you got all the repairs, everything going in with PEX, right? And which is plastic. It's a plastic pipe. Does anybody else think to that? Like, I don't know why, because all this stuff about like microplastics has been coming out and like leaching and chemicals and stuff that they use in the plastics. It's like coming out now that like we have like plastic in our brain or some shit that's like going through like, because everything's fucking made of plastic, right? So I mean, I eliminated most of the plastic from my kitchen, but my question is, does anybody else think about this? Like, seriously, have you thought about this? Like the water, like running through these plastic pipes and potentially versus like running an entire house or building in copper still?
Well, yeah, I do. And I would 100% if I was building a house want copper. But the problem is our mandates, and as far as what we allow in this country, have come down. Look at the food we eat, what they allow. It's cheaper to do PECs. That's why people do it. It's not better, it's cheaper. Just like kind of the manufacturing process. They try to do it as cheap as they possibly can. To me, I think, like CPVC. I don't want that shit. Yeah, a fucking blind monkey could fucking pipe a house in CPVC, but I don't want it. Shit gets brittle, starts to fucking chip away when you got to change something. The fucking valve, you got to make sure you hold it with the other hand so you don't break the fucking thing off. I don't want that shit. Um, yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I know there's some plumbers that are gonna say, "Oh, PEX is amazing," blah blah blah. I don't want it. That's like when people say, "Don't let your water bottle get hot because it's gonna like make you sick." It's like, okay, well, and not saying that it won't, but it's like that water bottle that's in your fridge. How the fuck do you think it got to the grocery store? It was in
Yeah,
the
it was
back
on
of
it was
a
on a
hot ass
truck.
fucking
Yeah.
truck driving down the road with the sun beating on it, getting hot, getting cold, getting hot, getting cold. So shut the fuck up. That's bullshit.
Dude, I tell my kids all the time, like they'll go and like they'll start like, I don't know, fucking they used to bite holes in the bottoms, like, like water bottles, and then because you like spray little things, and I'd be like, God, that was literally in a factory, went into the back of a truck, was sitting in a grocery store and a shelf that no one's cleaned, and now it was in your mouth.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah. For
Lead paint.
Nasty said, we have plastic in us. Our parents had lead and asbestos and DDT. What's the big deal?
Yeah,
As
we're all
he's
fucked.
growing three eyes.
What modern well, I know him as Modern Comfort, not his vajandadim name. Hex is great to protect against burst pipes. I'm curious if you're serious, and if you are, like, how so?
This
Yeah,
is,
I
this
don't
is a
know.
really dramatic pause.
Yeah, I don't know what
Yeah.
that means.
Yeah. Freon Leon
Oh,
makes a
is
good
that
point.
Ewok in here? What's up, brother?
Freon Lamb made a really good point. Like he said, let's outlaw plastic bags at the grocery store, but everything sold to you in the store is wrapped in plastic. Absolutely. I think that all the time. But if you don't see the fucking plastic bags floating around in the breeze everywhere, I mean, my biggest pet peeve is when I go to the lake and I see fucking plastic bags all over the place. I hate that shit.
Yeah, no. He said the PEX expands. But what's up, big dog? Congratulations on the tactical award, man. Got to get you on here, dog. If you guys don't follow Ewok on Instagram and stuff like that, he my man won a tactical award this year. He's kicking ass, so that's awesome. The pecs from freezing. But even with the bags, it's like around here, thank God closer to Baltimore, I'm fine. I can get a plastic straw. When I was closer to DC, it was like those paper straws. You get a large soda, fucking straw disintegrates before you drink the soda. Like I go to a store and I gotta pay for a bag. Like it's all stupid. The sad part is I feel like it's more of a societal thing because people are a bunch of fucking morons that like rather than do the right thing, we have to try to take things away because people are retarded. Like I don't know. I have very old school values and I don't know. I think it's fucking dumb.
No, I'm with you, dude. And like, here's the thing. And I have old school values. You and I think very, very similarly. But I do have like one sort of like very, if you will, progressive like thing about me, which is like, I don't like to litter. I don't like to.
No.
Dude, I redid my kitchen. Right? It looks gorgeous now. I went through all of my old shit and I got rid of because I realized something, and it's fucking crazy when you think about this. How many cutting boards are literally made with plastic, out of plastic? And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm cutting the fucking shit, right? So I got all wood and metal and like all the ceramic and stuff like that. And I got rid of all my plastic in there because I'm like, it just in my mind, it got into my mind. And I was like, yeah, it makes sense. Why would I cook on something or fucking cut something where my shit now I have fucking plastic in it? And so, I recycle. I know people say like, oh, it ends up at the same spot. Well, that's not true. I do recycle. So I do. I'm like, well, where do they get all the recycled stuff from? If there's no such thing as recycling, if it all gets thrown out into they're like, oh, it goes to the same spot and, they just throw it out. Well, that's not true. There's recycling plants. I've seen it.
Yeah. I believe in that too. And I'm one of those people, like I would say that I'm progressive on that too, when I'm more conservative on most things. You
Yeah.
know, especially just, religion, stuff like that, and won't get into that conversation. But um fuck, I forgot I was gonna take that.
Ewok was like, yeah, 100% wood cutting boards all the way. I'm really jealous sometimes when I'm like scrolling through and like my entire like social media feed is like HVAC and cooking. So like all I see is fucking cooking videos. So I go through and I'm always so jealous of these guys that have these like block like boards, like these cutting boards that are like 7 inches thick. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And it's like, it got like a checkerboard looking thing on it. I'm like, dude, I need one of those.
They're expensive. I have one.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some nice wood, like the butcher block ones, and then I kept buying like all these like different like cooking influencers like knives. So now I have these knives that I'm gonna like chop my fucking finger off when I cut shit. So
Oh,
I have the magnetic thing that I stick them to.
ooh, like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet. Uh I love to cook, man. Like, that's one thing I miss about my old house. I kind of have it here, but I love in this like the spring and the summer the outdoor cooking. Like I have like my smoker, um, my grill, my flat top, my pizza oven. I can make, I can steam crabs, I can steam shrimp. Like I just love sitting outside. I'm not a big beer person, but if I have people, I'll drink some beers and just cook outside. And sometimes I like to cook and not even eat. It's crazy. Like I'll make all
Mm.
this shit and they're like, "Are you eating?" I'm like, "I don't even want it. It was just fun
Yeah,
making
I
it."
just like to cook. Yeah, I feel like I'm doing. You ever feel like you're like this is your carnal thing to do in life? It's like I'm providing you with nutrition. You eat it
Yeah.
now, son. By the way, thank you for the recommendation. I realized that I met another B Morian, another person from your neck of the woods who was like, and I love Old Bay, man, but the JO, you turn me on to the JO. And the JO seasoning is legit, man. And like I met somebody else and they said the same thing you said. They were like, we don't even use Old Bay.
Yeah.
We use JO.
Yeah,
I had to
that's
go
what
on
I'm.
Amazon. They had to ship it all the way from the foreign country of Baltimore down here.
Yeah, that's funny. Most people are like, "Man, I got Old Bay." I'm like, "Yeah, shut the fuck up." Like Old Bay, like I have it. I use it for some stuff like that. But if we're steaming crabs, it's not Old Bay. It's JO seasoning. It's yeah, that's funny. There's people, and there's some places around here, man, that you can get crab cakes like shipped to you, and there's
Well,
quite a few.
I won't ask you to ship it to me. That's for damn sure.
No, 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 no. They'll definitely be rotten, or I'll eat them before they're shipped. Um,
Yeah, it is a long episode, Freon Leon. I hope you're enjoying it. I've enjoyed this. This has been a fun episode for me.
No, this is a blast.
Yeah.
I said, man, I mean, probably do have to start cutting this off, but I said, man, I like doing stuff with Everett, man. We killed it at AHR. Who knows, man? Maybe we'll talk in the works and in the background and try to do something together. Um, Jimmy's Famous Seafood. Jimmy's is good. I send people there if they come from out of town, but there's some probably more local spots that if I had to only pick one, I would go to. But Jimmy's is definitely good. That's where I took you guys to when you were in Baltimore for that one
Did,
convention.
the crabs on the big huge sword that came out, and
Yes.
the place
Now
was
I did.
bad.
I had to
That
teach you
place was,
guys how to eat crabs.
dude, it was badass, bro. I grew up with Blue Claws, bro. I
Well,
mean, you
maybe
did teach me though. You knew better than me,
yeah, well, and some of
Sensei.
those people at the table had no idea. They were looking over, and I was like, "All right," I was like, "Here you
Yeah.
go." But yeah, Jimmy's is good. Don't get me wrong. If you're coming from out of town, that's a good place to go to that you're going to get consistent, like, good stuff. But there's definitely some little hole in the wall spots that have some really, really, really good stuff. But another thing that's from Maryland that people don't know is like pit beef.
Mm.
That's not everywhere, and I didn't know until I got older that that wasn't like everybody didn't have that, but, like a pit beef sandwich, like we have Chaps pit beef and like, um, that's something if you've never had it, it's pretty fucking good. I guess you wanna say it's kinda like, Maryland's barbecue, but it's not the same. I don't know, whatever.
Well, I've never had it, so I'm flying up tomorrow, and you're gonna take me out to eat, big guy.
I got you, bro. Let's rock and roll. Um But yeah, fuck, I guess I should because I still need to make sure that my daughters didn't burn my house down. They're actually sleeping right now. Because when I came down, they were like, "Don't worry, Dad, we're going to bed." Wink, wink. I'm like, "Okay, sure you are." I don't hear feet running, so smoke alarms haven't went off, so that's good. I mean, no camera alerts. I think we're okay. Uh, I know it's cold as fuck down here, though. God damn, my fucking nipples cutting glass over here.
Yeah, dude, it's so cold here. It was like 75 degrees. Sucked so bad.
Oh yeah, you shut your mouth. I know coming back from Vegas, getting off the plane, and I was like, ah. Um, yeah, it's 34 outside right now, and that's warmest it's been in the last like few weeks.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
I when
Yeah,
I
it
went,
got down tonight. It's 53 right now, but it'll be 72 in just some hours over here. So.
that's funny. DC got the Mamba sauce.
Makes you happier, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, fucking warm weather does. But all right, brother. Well, I thank you so much for coming on here, dude. I always appreciate you when you come on, dude. I love hanging out with you. I love talking with you. I'm glad we got to see each other in Vegas. I'm sorry that I ate fucking shitty food the second night and we couldn't hang out.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, that
I'll
sucked.
tag you in that post. Just like the video bag, nominate somebody, message me. I want an at video at me, whatever. And like, so I was in this house and I'm going to give the veto bag to somebody who really deserves it.
Yeah. Yeah. Do that. Guys, and if you don't follow my man, tell everybody where they can follow you, brother.
So I was in this house on all platforms. So I was in this house podcast. So actually, technically, the full name is So I Was in This House Service and Sales Tales. And so, but it's So I Was in This House. You go to any of them, doesn't matter. Spotify, Apple, Instagram. So I Was in This House.
There you go, man.
So I was in this house. It looks like this. It's got a cartoony guy. There we go. Little cartoony guy. There you go. So I was in this house. Very cool. Really
You can't
appreciate
miss
it. Thank you so much for having me on. That's pretty awesome, dude. Your audience here tonight was lit. It was really cool, guys. Awesome. Ewok, nice meeting you. Freon Leon, Eve again, Galand. Nice meeting you too. So
Yeah, of course, man.
nasty. Nasty, see ya.
There's a bunch of them. Yeah, they're all in here, man. So, but yeah, bro, if you want to hang tight, I'm gonna close this out. If you got to go, I get it. I'm gonna close this thing out real fast, brother. Guys, thank you so very much for being here tonight, man. Definitely trying to get back on the schedule. Got some guests lined up. The solo shows were fun. I had a good time like talking to you guys, but audio wise, remember, audio is what pays the bills around here. And the audio podcast was a little bit hard to listen to because they're not reading the comments. They don't know the interaction we're having. So definitely want to get some guests back on here and get rocking and rolling. I got a lot of people that are going to schedule. Normally after AHR, the schedule will, I mean, the podcast can book up for the whole year, to be honest. That's hoping that's what happens. Hopefully Mr. Ewok will come on, man. I love to talk to him. Some of the young guys, to get them on and hear them stories out there doing amazing things. Get some of the people we already know. Mr. Craig Migliaccio is going to come on. Mr. Ty Branneman's going to come on. So some amazing guests coming up. So definitely stay tuned for that. Make sure you follow the podcast on all the social media sites to stay up to date for all that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, with that being said, man, I'm going to start to close this bad boy out. All right. Guys, remember to keep your head on a swivel. I don't care what it is, driving home, putting the ladder up, uh, turning the breaker off, whatever it is, man, please be safe. All right. I want each and every one of you to make it home the same way that you left. All right. Please be safe. Do the little things, set yourself apart from the next guy or girl. All right. If you're going to do something, do it to the best of your ability or don't fucking do it. All right. Give back to the trade. I don't care at what stage you're in. There's something that you can give back. Help the next person. Give back. That's how we grow this trade. That's how we keep getting better by teaching somebody else. All right. Keep trying to give back. Keep trying to better yourself, whether it's a podcast, an online class, a YouTube video, whatever it is. Keep trying to be the best version of yourself. With that being said, man, I love you, mofos. And until next time, I'll talk with y'all later. See ya.
Thanks for listening to the HVAC Uncensored Podcast. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or email us anytime at hvacuncensored@gmail.com. Now, get back to work. Shut this down. The views and opinions shared on the HVAC Uncensored Podcast may not necessarily be the views and opinions of our sponsors or guests.
Have a good night, bitches. See you later.